He moved like a shadow across the provinces of Japan, neither fully seen nor entirely forgotten. Miyamoto Musashi walked roads where dust swallowed footsteps and time blurred into silence. Villagers whispered his name, yet no one truly knew him. He belonged to no clan, no home, no comfort. Undefeated in battle, yes, but also unanchored, drifting between eras like a ghost that refused rest. You were taught to admire the victories, but not to ask what they cost the man who carries them. Musashi's legend is loud. His inner life was not. Crowds remember the blade, the duels, the bodies left behind. They do not remember the nights alone beneath cold skies, where no applause followed him. Strength isolated him. Mastery exiled him. He learned early that when you walk a path few survive, companionship thins and silence grows heavy. That silence becomes a mirror, and not every man survives what he sees there. This is where the story turns darker. Musashi did not hunt monsters outside himself. He carried one within, step by step, across mountains and battlefields. A presence that watched, waited, and sharpened him. He did not destroy this shadow. He learned its weight, its hunger, its patience. And this is the question that lingers like smoke in your chest. What did Musashi master that most men spend their lives running from? This is not a story about swordsmanship. It is a record of an inner war fought where no one is watching and where defeat leaves no visible wound. Long before psychology gave it a name, warriors understood the shadow as an inner twin. It walks beside you in silence, carrying what you refuse to face. Fear, rage, ambition, hunger for domination. These are not flaws to ancient men. They are raw forces. Untamed, they destroy. Denied, they rot. Acknowledged, they can be shaped. You feel this even now. A pressure beneath your discipline. A restlessness behind your good behavior. Modern life teaches you to bury these instincts under politeness, distraction, and noise. Be agreeable. Be harmless. Be calm at all costs. Yet inside, something paces like a caged animal. You smile, but your jaw is tight. You succeed, but feel hollow. This is the pain of pretending to be good while losing contact with what is real. Musashi is not a distant history. He is a mirror held uncomfortably close. He shows what happens when a man stops lying to himself. His shadow did not vanish because he ignored it. It followed him into every duel, every choice, every lonely road. Here is the quiet warning most men never hear. Ignored shadows grow claws. They leak into anger, bitterness, and self-destruction. What you refuse to face does not disappear. It waits, and it grows stronger in the dark. Musashi's early life was baptized in violence. Duels were not ceremonies of honor. They were acts of survival. He moved with brutal efficiency, striking without hesitation, ending lives before doubt could slow his hand. This decisiveness made him feared, not celebrated. Victory did not lift him. It hollowed him. There were no feasts afterward, no warmth in triumph, only the quiet aftermath of breath returning to a body still alive. Romantic minds imagine glory in conquest. Musashi learned something harsher. Blood leaves a stain no water removes. Each opponent shaped him, carving deeper awareness into his psyche. Violence sharpened his perception, but also stripped illusions away. He saw what winning truly meant. There is a cost to never losing. Each victory demands a piece of you. Musashi paid in tenderness, in ease, in innocence. Ancient warriors accepted this exchange. Survival demanded clarity. Today, men are spared such trials, yet many feel numb, disconnected, untouched by consequence. Musashi's path reminds you that mastery is not clean, it is not gentle, and it does not ask for permission. To win at all costs is to discover which parts of you are willing to be sacrificed, which are not. Musashi refused what most men cling to. No home softened his edge. No luxury dulled his awareness. He chose hunger over fullness, cold over warmth, solitude over attachment. This was not punishment. It was precision. He understood an ancient truth. Comfort dulls perception. Ease weakens attention. Solitude became his forge. In stillness, without distraction, every flaw echoes louder. Every fear surfaces. Musashi did not escape this. He entered it. Modern men drown discomfort in noise screens, entertainment, endless movement, anything to avoid being alone with their thoughts. Musashi went the other direction. Pain became his teacher. Not cruelty, but honest resistance. It showed him where he was weak, impatient, arrogant. Stillness refined him while the world chased stimulation. Masculine calm grew where modern noise collapses. This is discipline born from respect, not self-hatred. A deliberate rejection of softness that numbs the senses. Musashi's life asks you a dangerous question. What would happen if you stopped insulating yourself from discomfort and allowing it to sharpen you instead? Musashi's true mastery was not technique. It was self-knowledge. He knew precisely how much destruction lived inside him. He did not pretend to be harmless. He learned command. Suppression weakens a man. Command disciplines him. The monster within Musashi was real. Rage, lethal focus, the capacity to end life without trembling. But it was not his identity. It was a tool kept sheathed until necessary. Ancient warriors respected this distinction. Power was acknowledged, restrained, and directed. Modern men fear their intensity. They mistake it for danger rather than fuel. So they bury it, anesthetize it, or let it leak uncontrollably. Musashi chose integration. Darkness accepted becomes strength. Darkness denied becomes poison. This is the secret few speak aloud. Mastery is not purity. It is wholeness. When you integrate your shadow, you stop fearing yourself. Control replaces chaos. Presence replaces panic. Power emerges not from denial, but from disciplined acceptance of everything you were capable of becoming. As years passed, Musashi turned inward. The battles slowed, but the war deepened. Loneliness followed conquest like a faithful companion. Without enemies to face, the mind becomes the battlefield. Ego rises, pride whispers, impulse demands satisfaction. This war earns no applause. There are no witnesses to restraint, no trophies for silence. Musashi fought the urge to dominate, to prove, to repeat past victories. Ancient self-respect replaced public validation. Modern culture feeds on attention. Worth is measured by reaction. Musashi rejected this hunger. He learned that strength untested by restraint rots. The quiet ability to choose stillness over impulse became his final discipline. Inner victories leave no scars, yet they shape everything. This is the war most men avoid because it offers no spectacle, only integrity, only alignment, only the calm knowledge that you are no longer ruled by the loudest voice inside. You, Musashi, understood stillness as lethal clarity. Acting without emotional turbulence grants control before movement begins. Silence unsettles reactive minds. Presence dominates without display. Modern masculinity fractures under pressure. Quick anger, fast responses, constant explanation. Musashi moved differently. Calm became his weapon. The sharper the storm around him, the deeper his stillness. This is not passivity. It is a command. A man who does not rush cannot be manipulated. A man who speaks less sees more. Stillness cuts through chaos more cleanly than steel. The presence Musashi cultivated needed no performance, no justification. It filled space naturally. When you slow your reactions, power gathers. When you quiet the noise inside, authority emerges without force. Refused shadows do not stay silent. They leak. Anger erupts without cause. Envy corrodes respect. Self-sabotage wears familiar masks. Modern men numb these symptoms instead of tracing their source. Musashi stands as a warning. Avoidance breeds weakness. False peace demands constant maintenance. Distraction replaces direction. What you will not face controls you from beneath awareness. The cost is slow decay. Comfort without confrontation. Calm without depth. The shadow grows impatient. There is a choice that cannot be avoided. Conscious struggle sharpens. Unconscious decay consumes. One demands courage. The other demands nothing, until it takes everything. Musashi's legacy is not a method to copy. It is a way of being. Every man carries a different shadow, but none escapes it. Walking alone does not mean being lost. It means being honest. Strength does not require cruelty. Discipline does not require self-hatred. Integration creates balance. When you know yourself fully, you stop seeking approval. The final image is simple. A man who understands his darkness and no longer fears it. A man who walks quietly, needs no applause, and carries his power without noise.